Do the halflings have any natural movement debuffs? I think they do. No, they don't, but the gnomes do. Because the thing that I always forget, and I'm sure many other people do as well. Oh no, the gnomes don't either. Neither of them has a movement speed debuff. I always thought the gnomes did. Is it just the kobolds who do? Well, that's gnomish reinforcements just stack wiped. Whoops. That was unlucky. No, Zuzumexia doesn't exist. I was kind of hoping that some of the kobolds might still exist. Because it might be the kobolds have the movement debuff. Oh wow, Conwell. Massively expanded. Yeah, that's a coalition waiting to happen. And one of the players asking if they can join it. Was that your beard by any chance? Yeah. Cold Rage is dead. Most of his land taken by Kryanvar. Fair enough. That one I understand. That's completely legit. Some of the other players I do sometimes think give up a little bit too easily, but that I understand. You're stuck between two of like the major military powers in the game, including the number 2 superpower, and you're not allied to either of them and you have no player allies. It's a matter of time. Meanwhile, good guy Kalinicus fighting Gameleon in Van Raha. Although Generage is now being occupied by Phoenix Empire. I feel like fake India's days are numbered. That terribly timed war against the Phoenix Empire might actually have doomed fake India. Because until then, Van Raha was actually doing a fairly good job consolidating territories and like establishing themselves as a potential buffer between the Phoenix Empire and the Command. But losing that war as badly as he did, and then just taking the repeated body blows afterwards, has effectively ruined any chances that Rahan has of actually beating the Phoenix Empire. Conwell is a vassal? No, they're not. No, they're not. Conwell and Jabert are rivals. Both of them have missions which require the other's territory. Both of them are in rival alliances, which is why this is probably one of the most fortified front lines I have ever seen. Like, every single province that Jabert owns is a fort. Conwell fighting some here. Wanted to ask, anyone reported concentrate dev doesn't work in this mod? Yeah, it's disabled because it was horrifically overpowered. Which thankfully is one of the things that is being tackled for 1.32. Johan mentioned that in the dev diary which came out on Tuesday. Talking about the checks and balances and the rebalances coming with 1.32 and the new Africa DLC. And one of those is concentrate developments, which we've been promising for a long time. And we were finally able to actually talk about how we're changing it. It's now being modified by your development cost. So the first couple of concentrate developments will probably be quite powerful. And you could certainly beef up the strength of your capital. But every time you do that, the dev cost goes up. And eventually you'll be wasting development because any development you take gets converted into monarch points, and then those monarch points are then used to buy development. And the cost will simply be too high. And any points you don't use get lost. So it's definitely going to be... Conwell, I think, is about to die here because that coalition is pretty hench. And it is just Conwell. All of Conwell's allies just went, nope! And I would be watching this with real interest if I was Jabert right now. This is Javed's chance. That's the third or fourth time for Conwell. It's so easy to do here, though. I mean, it's just like playing the HRE. One misstep and it's over. Really looking forward to the Africa DLC. I always enjoy playing there and any other PDX games. I have to be careful of what I say because I know exactly what's coming with the Africa DLC, but it does look good. It looks very good, and I really like the changes coming with 1.32. I have played it, and it's good. Like, pretty much all of the criticisms being leveled against 1.31 and Leviathan are being addressed. And I've been very vocal in taking all the community's concerns with the state of E4 at the moment and passing it on to the developers. And there is definitely a lot better communication going on between community team and the devs than there has been. What do I do for Paradox? I'm the community ambassador for Europa Universalis. So I am basically the liaison between you guys and the developers. Which generally consists of, I'm in control of the Twitter and Facebook accounts. So anything you see posted there is me, 90% of the time. And also any bug reports and things that are posted onto the forums, I make sure that QA sees them. We'll be able to toggle on off missions in the new update. I don't think so. Is there a timescale yet? Nothing I can say. Tell us all the things. I like my job. But yeah, if you come across any bugs or anything like that, do let us know on the forums. In the bug reporting section specifically, because I do forward all of that to the developers and they're very good at fixing it. Like the last time I checked, we had something like 800 bugs reported and probably about 600 fixed. And a large quantity of those 200 were not bugs. The remaining 200, I mean. Go ahead and tell us. We won't say a word to anyone. We promise! And I'm also on the Wednesday streams. So Paradox does an in-house stream on Wednesdays on the Paradox Interactive Twitch channel. And I'm there every week. Together with Bjorn, who is my immediate boss. He is the community manager. And it is 9 o'clock, so I think we'll be ending 1st of January. Is usually the case. So Conwell just defeated the Vitesque army. It seems to be holding their ground up here. There are just so many armies coming through. Don't think that's a coalition war. This is definitely a coalition war. Oh no, it's not. This is a war that Conwell started. You're right. The Conwellian Purge of Terman Heresy. Which I'm guessing the coalition jumped in. He probably did this to make sure the coalition wasn't too big. And wasn't quick enough. Oh man, several of the players could be in this coalition now. And there are still a lot of AI nations that could form an actual coalition after this is done. Conwell, I think, is about to get slapped around at least in one more war after this. I like both the E4 and Stellaris' focus on keeping content up to date. Especially having a decent challenge from the AI is vital to keep the game interesting. Definitely agree. And it's a good thing that we've got Nevom working on AI again. I mean, there are a few things that I would like still to address. Like the fact that AI doesn't build forts. That's something I mean to take up with him next week. Whether we can fix it or not, I don't know. But that's definitely something I'm like, I acknowledge this is a problem. What are your favourite countries in Anbennar? I'm an Ebonir fan. Where's Ebonir? Favorite countries? I like Ovdal Kanzad. I like them a lot. I really want Ovdal Tungdir to get a mission tree. I have a feeling I'd really like them, the boat dwarves. I like the Gnomish Hierarchy. They've been a lot of fun. I mean, the thing with Anbennar is there are just so many countries that have actually been properly fleshed out, and I think would be really interesting. Like, I'd like to try Conwell, I'd like to try Telgear, I'd like Dame's Crown to have their own focus, mission tree. Jaberd sounds like they'd be interesting. Several of the Lorentish nations, like Wineport, I think would be interesting. Neckcliff looks really cool. And that's just Anbennar, let alone looking further out. And there we go, January the 4th, the end of today's session. I'm not Mordred, but Coruvia is really, really fun. Coruvia looks good, actually. I'd like to try them at some point. This was pain. Kalinicus. Oh, Faceless, you have no idea what Kalinicus has been up against. Alright, I'm going to throw in a quick save here, and then I think I'm going to jump into chat with the rest of the players. So be warned, it's going to get noisy. Audio has not been balanced. Oh, they're still fragmented in many, many different channels. This is interesting. So usually in these multiplayer games, pretty much everyone's just in one giant channel. Not today. It looks like lines in the sand have been drawn. I'm pretty sure everyone's jumping in one channel now, though. So again, gonna get loud.
Next week, but maybe that's up.
Yeah, but like Porsche, small country, and Anbennar is not enough to fight all the Coronite nations.
No.
I just hope.
I could try to fight, but I'll die heavily.
I just hope people will join the Region Court side.
I'm busy still recovering, so shush. And I wouldn't be able to join the Regent Court side anyway. I'd have to join Coronite.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about, like, it would be on Bjornik, I guess the Wood Elves. Those two would be the ones that need to join the Regent Court to make it kind of fair.
The Wood Elves, I get the feeling the Wood Elves may be waiting for it to kick off and see if Coruvia joins in or Marhold joins in, and then she will pounce upon the Escan region yet again.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, like I said, I'm hoping Bjornrik joins the Regent Court to make it a competitive fight. Because right now, otherwise, it wouldn't look very competitive.
Aren't all the Empire Nation, like player nations, Coronite?
I was exceeding.
Most of them are Coronites, and that's why I'm saying, like, right now you have Rivenair, small country, and Adanakaz Regent Court, and that's it. All the other players are.
I'm just wondering how chat feels about my AE.
I was extremely surprised that
almost
decided to go for a white piece, but I'm happy.
And then it fired.
Oh no, I intentionally I declared into the coalition.
I'm aware, but you did it just as I was about to push the button, so I almost got called into that coalition.
Yeah, I mean,
Sadist must be.
You did it the day after. Yes, I noticed.
I'm cool. I'm in the coalition, but I got called. But you had declared just as I clicked the button, so I was that. Second.
You're in a different coalition against.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Coalition of one.
We were just sitting there, and then all of a sudden we noticed that both of us can join a coalition against Conwell, and I'm just sitting here like, how the fuck do I have enough AE on a person on the opposite side of the Empire? Then
No, I mean, I'm in the middle, and you're at the edge, so it's not as weird. But it's because I took a couple of cities, and then it was like, you know what?
It's not as weird.
I don't care.
He's just a number.
Sounds like a perfect way to get money.
Yikes.
Yeah, I was just looking at that coalition. It's very impressive, and I'm sure this isn't going to be the only fight you're going to have either.
Well, so I'm fighting the coalition of everyone but Gibbard that's joined already. Just because
Aranan is going to join, and there's a few others.
But there are a few others that can join, but a lot of the countries that haven't joined, I have a truce with. or
Yeah, but
our
it's 2 years.
You're not fighting your coalition, you're dying to it.
Give it a few years and they can join.
With some of the countries.
So,
Like Aranon can join in 2 years, for example.
wait, what are you playing right now?
What? I've been playing. I've been playing Nomada at the end, just for the fun of it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna join as them next time.
Wait, who are the hell are these guys?
They're the colonial nation of Faceless.
I did have an option to migrate to the New World as Istalorian Exemplars.
Ishtranar is a very interesting nation. Do they exist?
The Exemplars, right? They're
yeah,
their
and the nation they
adventurer
form.
colony.
The nation they form is Ishtranar. That's a nation they can form once they have enough provinces.
Anyway, I just wanted to say this has been a really good game today. Enjoyed all the wars and the madness going on. Small country seems to be at the center of a lot of things.
Been.
Thank you.
We've had a few people rage quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
What do you think of the war duel?
Which one?
What do you think of that?
I can barely hear you. Who was that?
The war in the New World, they said.
Oh, the New World.
The colonial regions.
Right, Vern and Ebethil versus Neckliffe and now the nation of Kairos and Yordland. Yeah, that was interesting. I was surprised the Boris Carvo didn't jump in on that one.
Who?
Malak.
Oh.
Well, they
He
were
said he was
busy
there for
renting out their troops to everyone and their mother.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you've got
They
the
were
money
in a different war, I think.
Boris Carvo at the time weren't. They were pretty much entirely peaceful. I mean, they might have been sending condottieri or something, I'm not sure.
They said they're going to... No, they said a condo. But what happened is the other side said the province is empty because it's incognito for him. And he accidentally sent his condo into my army stack. And it got wiped.
Whoops.
It had mountain and a river. So yeah.
And probably one of the bravest attacks I've ever seen coming in from Van Rahar. Attacking the Phoenix Empire while bankrupt.
Yeah,
Wasn't
didn't
it the
understand
opposite?
that. I thought Phoenix Empire attacked them, yeah, but...
Yeah.
No.
It was definitely the Phoenix Empire.
Yeah. Which, definitely one of the bravest moves I've ever seen in this. Possibly not the wisest, but certainly the bravest.
I don't think I've attack switched as much as today in any game yet.
You were all over the place, Red Centaur.
Yeah! I was with the Ogres first, but they got immediately killed by Visis after he broke a deal with Ados, which made Ados rage quit.
Yes.
He showed some things to me, and you had an unofficial deal. Because you made him think you were gonna do one thing, and then you did something else. I'm not blaming you, by the way. The game is the game.
Yeah.
Then Mindboy was like, I need to go. I need a sub.
Yeah.
I joined as Neckliffe. Neckliffe was like, well, Rasenkamp wants out. The other one's out. I cannot fight Vern and Eborthil on my own. This nation is dead.
Yeah. I'm surprised Adenica is still alive.
Adenica's been a pain for people to conquer, I think. Just all over the place. Their armies are strong.
Oh, the armies are very strong, and their friend of Rubinair and Small Country is also strong.
Small Country kind of caused a coalition against them, though.
Don't you mean Lorent?
I really like the alliance between Rubinair and Adenica. Like, watching that fight against Arboran was really cool. That was fun.
Don't think about Small Country. Small Country is involved there.
It was rough.
I mean, Small Country
I can tell you.
Like the default state for Small Country is involved, so I don't think I need to necessarily say them.
True. For that war as well, Small Country MVP, because Small Country having to, putting that pressure on Arboran on their western flank ensured that we could consolidate and then piece out the AI, which that guy was not too pleased with.
And just
he wasn't pleased by it.
One thing I want to say to the Small Country, please, in the name of everything that is holy, make an artillery stack. Please. Please.
Artillery is overrated.
It really is.
I think, I mean, if you take a look at mines now, it's almost 1-to-1 per artillery to infantry.
Yeah, and like just seeing the back line for Small Country whenever he's in a fight, it's just second line of infantry. I mean, I get it. You're small, but still, the back line is also small, so they can't shoot over your heads. All right.
Though, admittedly, like a lot of the merc stacks don't have artillery.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's
why. That's why he needs to have an artillery stack. But still, from playing New Shire last season, it can be very difficult to get.
And it's very buggy.
Yeah, it's very buggy. It can be very difficult to get that artillery stack in on a proper timing. That's the thing.
Oh, I realise, but just the fact that there isn't one at all, so you're not even trying, that's what's getting me.
Mm-hmm.
Faceless army was also very underwhelming.
It was good in the first fight or two, but the problem there was Small Country was arriving first, so Faceless's artillery were just left standing somewhere else. Had the gnomes started the battles, then Small Country coming in as the morale reinforcement, then I think those would have been very different fights.
There was one big problem though. Dan, they had high morale in the Arnic.
Yep. Yes. Jesus. Over 5? Was like well over 5?
In the New World, I was dealing more damage to him than he to me. But he had so much morale that I could never win a battle.
Mm-hmm. I think it was similar with Adenica. Like, Adenica was taking fights where he was outnumbered 2-1 and winning. So
I mean, that was mostly because of the damage. I mean, I have decent morale, nothing compared to, say, an Arboran. But yeah, it's just the ticks of 3k damage during the shock phase.
They die.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to call this one here. So thanks everyone for playing. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you all next week. Until then, bye everyone.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, chat, so it is just us, and I am also going to duck out here, so thank you everyone for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button so you get notifications when we are live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets me do more of this kind of content. Or you can check out the Patreon, which we have got at patreon.com/MordredViking. There is also a Discord, which is where the community hangs out. This is where all the lovely players that we have gathered here today find themselves and assemble themselves. So if you feel like this would be something you would be interested in joining in the future, then you should definitely come join our Discord. There are multiplayer games being arranged there constantly. So please do come join us. Notice Bjornrik pieced out. Did they get anything for the war? That is a very good question. No. No, they did not. I'm surprised because I thought they'd gobble this area up. Oh. Colony? Nope. No, Bjornrik got nothing. Surprisingly. Anyway, I will be going to grab something to eat, and I'll be back again in about 45 minutes' time. You know, it's already 15:15. I'm going to say 30:30. So at 10:30 this evening, I will be back doing some Hearts of Iron. There is a poll up on the Discord at the moment, which is to determine who and what it is that we should be playing. It is going to be World Blaze, it is going to be Hearts of Iron, but we need to choose which nation to play as. Either Italy, the UK, or the Soviet Union. So get over there, get your votes in, and help decide. If you have enjoyed this Anbennar game, and you like Dungeons & Dragons stuff, which is what Anbennar is based on, like that segue right there, then I am playing Dungeons & Dragons tomorrow at the Digital Dragons GM channel. That's twitch.tv/Digital Dragons, and it would be amazing if you guys came and joined us for that. That is a game that I am DMing myself. We've got some excellent players participating in that. We've got one character in particular, a Furbolg, having their kind of character story arc at the moment, and it's been really interesting to watch that one in particular unfold. Anyway, we should go and see who else is streaming. Throw them a raid. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen because it always makes me nervous. And then we'll choose who we're going to raid. Who should we raid? Who is anyone else doing Anbennar? We raided Templin yesterday. I tried to mix it up a little bit. nobody doing Anbennar by the looks of things. But, oh, yeah, the other thing I should say is if you are new to Europa Universalis, or if you don't have the game yet, you can get it for free at the moment over on the Epic Store. EU4 is free for the next week. If you want to get into EU4, you can get it for free. It doesn't cost you anything. Totally gratis to keep. It's a really good deal, because free is a good deal. I'm not seeing any EU4 games that I particularly want to raid, though. No. Is there anyone else? No. I think we're just going to Templin. It's a safe choice. Templin's always doing a good stream. He is currently playing some Humankind, which is also an amazing game. So head on over to Templin. Say hello from Mordred Viking. I'd love to see his chat absolutely lit up by the Viking raid, which you can do by copying and pasting Viking raid just like that. Or if you are a subscriber, you can bring in the longships and use that one instead. But bear in mind that will only work if you are a sub. Did you just say gratis as in the Swedish word for free? I said gratis as in the Dutch word for free. And I think German, and probably every other Germanic language, uses gratis. Anyway, that's it for me for now. I'll be back again 10:30 this evening for some Hearts of Iron. Until then, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. Wait, E4 just came back. Ha! I even have it up. I alt-tabbed. Delayed reaction there, OBS. Crikey. What the hell? Because I just moved over to the U4 profile because I knew it was just a blank screen. Not anymore.